The 2K25 gameplay trailer dropped a couple of days ago and all the content creators have jumped in with their views on it. But I don't think they've answered the two big questions that are important to you. If you are an existing 2K23 player, will you still like the new EVOSwing system? And if you are new to the series, is the EVOSwing system any good? To answer these questions, I need to go back to the 2K23 swing system. The fundamentals of the swing are actually pretty simple and they mirror to some extent a real golf swing. In 2K23 to swing the club you pull the stick down for the backswing and then push up for the downswing and follow through with a smooth and consistent tempo. The system gave us 3 data points of feedback to understand what the shot ultimately did. The length of the backswing and the transition into the downswing determined the power of the shot. Keeping the stick movement straight up and down reflected that the swing kept on your intended swing path, and swinging the club at the right tempo determined your timing. I have now looked at the gameplay footage of the EVOSwing that they provided to us, breaking it down on almost a frame by frame basis, and my interpretation is that the fundamentals of the swing are pretty much the same, with possibly 2 minor changes. Transition looks like it is unchanged, with the length of your backswing determining how far you hit the shot. With the swing path, the EVOSwing is fundamentally doing the same thing with a couple of minor differences. The first obvious difference is that the feedback meter looks very different, but I think that this is most likely just presentation. Here is the 2K23 meter and here is the 2K25 one. So in 2K23 we had the perfect swing path and the slight miss hit, the grey bar. In 2K25 it looks a little different, the most obvious part being that the swing path is not a continuous bar and the stats of the swing path are split into two, the backswing and the downswing. The perfect swing path is still there though, as is the grey bar, and in 2K23 missing the perfect swing path on the backswing or the follow through had the same impact on the direction as the shot as we are seeing in 2K25. So fundamentally this is exactly the same, and the presentation of the split swing may actually be showing us what has always been happening in the background. The final stat in 2K23 was timing. Swing too fast and the ball would hook, too slow and it would slice. Now I've seen many content creators saying that this has completely changed in 2K25, so let's look at this and why I think they may be wrong. If you look at the miss-hit shot again, we see that the player's tempo was too fast, which resulted in the ball gaining a little over 3% power. Now in 2K23, if you swing just a little too fast, you will draw the ball and hit it slightly further, i.e. you gain a little power exactly the same as we're seeing in 2K25. The thing that we don't see from the trailer are whether the ball also draws with a faster tempo, because the player was setting up to fade the ball and pushed it anyway. Personally, I hope that it still does, because otherwise it could open up the game to a cheese, recalibrate for a slow swing and gain 10% on every shot consistently by hitting it just a little bit faster. So that's the core swing, which I don't think has changed that much from 2K23. But one thing absolutely has. In 2K23, shaping shots was done through the loft meter by moving the mark at either side of the vertical line. In 2K25, that's gone. You can see here in the new spin and loft system, which is much easier to understand than 2K23. The shot is set up for a fade, but the loft is in a completely neutral position. So clearly something else is used in 2K25 to shape shots, and doing so has a big impact on your swing path. HB Studios have borrowed from EA with fades and draws, now needing an angled swing path. I find this really tough to do, and I'm sure I'm not alone. So I think that this will be one thing that is not as popular with existing players. The other thing that concerns me a little is whether for bunker shots you have to hit an angled swing path to mimic cutting across the ball as you would in real life. Both of these changes could add significant difficulty to the game. So back to those two questions. As an existing player, I think that the EVOSwing is close enough to the 2K23 swing that you will still like the game. I do have concerns though about the angled swing paths, but I don't think that this is a complete game breaker, as in most rounds it will only impact on a handful of shots at most. For new players, the 2K swing system has always been the best in my opinion. It is intuitive and can be made as challenging or as easy as you like by changing the difficulty levels. This is the closest to playing real golf that you can get without leaving your armchair.